Your dog looked at you today and did something so quiet, so simple, that you probably didn't even notice. But in that one moment, they were saying something they have no other way to say. They were saying, I chose you. Not because you feed them, not because you walk them, but because out of every person in this entire world, you are their whole world. And if you don't know what to look for, you're missing it every single day. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn will change the way you see your dog forever. 1. The look that scientists call the love stare. There's a moment that happens between you and your dog that most people have never been told about. You're sitting on the couch, not doing anything special, and your dog just stares at you. Not for food, not for a walk, just stares. For years, scientists didn't know what to make of this. Then in 2015, researchers at Asahi University in Japan made a discovery that stopped the world. When dogs and their owners locked eyes, both of their oxytocin levels spiked. Oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that surges between a mother and her newborn baby the very first moment they meet. But here's the part most people get completely wrong. They assume their dog stares because they want something. A treat. Attention. A walk. But the science says otherwise. This gaze isn't asking. It's giving. Your dog is literally flooding their own brain with love hormones just by looking at your face. And wolves, the ancestors of dogs, don't do this. When wolves make prolonged eye contact, it's a threat. It's dominance. It means back down. But somewhere in the 15,000 years dogs spent walking beside humans, they rewired themselves. They took something that meant aggression and turned it into something that means love. That look your dog gives you from across the room? It is one of the most scientifically extraordinary things that exists in the entire animal kingdom. And it evolved for one reason. For you. 2. Why your dog follows you everywhere. Your dog follows you into the kitchen, down the hallway, and yes, into the bathroom. Most people laugh at this. Some find it a little annoying. They assume it's clinginess, separation anxiety, just a quirky dog thing. But something completely different is happening. In the wild, pack animals never leave the ones they love vulnerable. When you disappear behind a door, your dog's instinct fires, not out of neediness, but out of guardianship. To them, you are their pack. And packs don't let each other face anything alone. But cut the explanation, because the real gut punch is this. Researchers found that your specific scent activates the reward center of your dog's brain. The same region that fires with food and play. Just your smell. Just the fact that you exist and you're near, that's enough to trigger joy in them. Your dog isn't following you because they're anxious. They're moving toward the most comforting thing they know on this earth. They are moving toward you the way you move toward home after the hardest day of your life. 3. The lean that most owners walk right past. Your dog leans into your leg. Maybe while you're standing talking. Maybe on the porch in the evening. They just press their whole weight into you and stay there. Most people give a quick pat and keep moving. This is where it gets uncomfortable, because that lean is a conversation you keep interrupting. Dogs don't have arms. They cannot hug you the way you can hug them. The lean is the closest thing they have to an embrace. It means, I want to be as close to you as I possibly can right now. But here's what makes it extraordinary. Dogs only lean on people they completely trust. Because leaning means going temporarily off balance. It means putting your physical stability in someone else's hands. An animal doesn't do that with someone uncertain. An animal doesn't do that with someone they fear. When your dog leans on you, they are saying, with their entire body, you are my safe place. In a world that can be loud and unpredictable and overwhelming, you are the thing that makes everything feel okay. The next time it happens, don't just pat and move on. Stop. Put your hand on them. Let them feel you lean back. Because that's all they're asking. Just stay. You've had a hard day. Maybe a really hard day. The tears come. And within moments, your dog is there. Head in your lap. Eyes fixed on your face. Sometimes a small sound, barely a whimper, that you can only describe as worry. People say, "Oh, dogs can sense emotions." But that doesn't come close to what's actually happening. Now here's where something strange happens, and it changes everything. A 2018 study found that dogs don't just detect human crying. They experience it as distress themselves. They feel it with you. And when tested, dogs worked harder and faster to reach a crying person than to reach someone who was calm. They didn't calculate. They didn't hesitate. Something in them simply could not stand still while you were hurting. Your dog comes to you the way you run to someone you love when they fall. And here's the part that will quietly undo you if you let yourself feel it. Your dog has no idea if you're crying over something that will pass in 10 minutes or something that will take years to heal. They don't know the difference. They don't need to. You are hurting. That is everything. That is enough for them to drop whatever they're doing and come to your side. They have no words. They can't fix anything. So they offer the only thing they have: themselves. There are human beings who won't show up for you like that. Your dog always will. Your dog is lying near you. You yawn. And a few seconds later, they yawn too. You've smiled at this 100 times and thought nothing of it. But stop. Because this is where the science gets genuinely unbelievable. Contagious yawning in humans is a marker of empathy. It requires the brain to internally mirror another person's emotional state. Scientists assumed for decades that only humans and a few primates were capable of this. Then they tested dogs. Not only do dogs yawn contagiously in response to humans, they do it more often with someone they love than with a stranger. The deeper the bond, the stronger the mirroring. Your dog's nervous system is so completely tuned into yours that their body physically responds to yours without any effort at all. You yawn. They feel your tiredness. They yawn. That is not a coincidence. That is empathy. That is your dog's entire nervous system speaking the same language as yours, a language built out of nothing but love, attention, and years of watching you with complete devotion. You've been gone 2 hours. You walk through the door, and your dog loses their mind. The spinning, the whimpering, the tail that seems physically incapable of stopping, the joy that is simply too big for a still body to contain. Here's what's actually happening in their brain in that moment. Scientists measuring canine brain activity found that the dopamine and oxytocin flood when an owner walks in is staggering. And here's the part that stopped researchers cold. It barely matters how long you were gone. 20 minutes. 6 hours. The joy is almost the same. Because every single time you come back, some part of your dog wasn't completely sure you would. And then you did. And that relief, that you're here, you're really here, it never gets old for them. It never will. And it changes you too. Studies show human cortisol, the stress hormone, drops measurably within minutes of reuniting with your dog. Your nervous system settles. The weight of your day gets lighter before you even sit down. You don't just come home to your dog. You heal each other. Every single time. Your dog could sleep anywhere. Beds, blankets, the cool floor, the couch. But they choose to sleep pressed against your leg, curled at your feet, tucked into the curve of your body if you allow it. Here's the part that most owners never pause to truly feel. In the wild, animals only allow close physical contact during sleep with those they trust completely. Sleep is total vulnerability. It is the one moment you cannot protect yourself. Choosing to sleep beside someone is choosing to trust them with your life. Your dog knows this in the deepest part of what they are. And every single night, they make a choice. Every single night they choose you. Not out of habit. Not because there's nowhere else. But because the safest, most peaceful place they have ever found on this earth is wherever you are. If your dog has ever closed their eyes and let themselves rest against you, you should know what that means. You should feel the full weight of it. They trust you with everything they have. Here's the unexpected truth that ties all of this together. Your dog recognizes your voice faster than they recognize your face. Before they see you, before they smell you, the sound of you, just the sound of the person they love most, is enough. You don't have to earn that. You didn't have to be perfect. You just had to be theirs. And you are. So here's what I want you to do. If your dog is sitting next to you right now, don't scroll. Don't move on. Just reach down, slowly, and let them feel your hand. Because they've been waiting for that moment since the last time you did it. They're always waiting. And if you share this with someone who has a dog they love, you might just remind them to stop, to look, to reach down, before they run out of chances to.